Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gents. We have a couple more replays to show you. I'm sure you can already see this one, but we'll save that one for a second. This is a couple more platinum replays. I just want to get some more high elo like kind of stuff out there. I feel like a lot of people are probably playing in gold, silver, bronze, so I just want to kind of give people a look to see what waits for them at the top of the ladder. Spoiler alert, it's not that great. So this guy, I think he lost the coin toss, so he loses the game because I get to go first. Well, he ashes my extravagance, which is quite sad, but it is not that big of a deal. We just set 4, pass the turn. I'm sure he already knows what's going on because, of course, he is also on the Eldland deck. Everyone is on this deck. It is a high elo terror, and I play this game actually absolutely awful as well because what I should have done right there when he activated the Eld effect to send it to the grave is I should have Chainlink 1, the Pirate Soldier guy with the Scimitar, Chainlink 2, Sanguine. So Sanguine comes out, I bring out my Eld Lord, and then I banish his Eld Lord. But instead what I do is terrible because I chain my... I activate my Hakero in the end phase, and he just chains his Golden Land Trap to mine. So I literally just get no value out of the banish. I think I banish... I thought about banishing my own Extravagance just for the irony of it. But this just goes to show you how strong blind going first is. The going first is like such a big advantage that even when we're both playing the exact same deck, and I misplay ad nauseum, it's still such an advantage going first that it is worth it. So he IOs here. This guy was really bad, actually, not even gonna lie. So like that's what I mean. Like you can get to the top of the ladder no problem. It's not that hard. This is a Platinum 5 player, and you're gonna watch what he does in a second here. So I link my Hakero into Imduck so that I can get the search in the end phase. He activates his Eldlich in the end phase. That's fine. He sends Uni-Zombie from the deck, which is quite bizarre. I don't know why you'd play combo Eldlich. These cards are really, really not good together. They don't go together very well at all. He pays for his IO, and then he activates Black Awakening, chaining his Sanguine in the graveyard? Trying to make Imperial Order miss timing or something? I don't know what he did, but it just gets negated. And then he kills my Imduck. I chain Conk, I pop his Eldlord. He uses his Eldlord, sends his IO to the graveyard, brings the Eldlord back to the hand, and I think he's going to summon the Eldlord with that effect. I go ahead and Torrential Tribute so that I can get my Eldlord back in the graveyard so that I can use the White Destiny on it. I use the Sanguine, the Eldlich Sanguine to bring out the Eldlord from my deck. I use the Eldlich of White Destiny to bring back the one that I just Torrential Tributed. He no longer has that Uni-Zombie on the board anymore. Obviously, Eldlord is unaffected or cannot be destroyed by card effects the turn that you do all of that jazz. But that's no problem. I go ahead and banish my Eldlich, setting a card from my deck. He summons his Conquistador, sets his Conquistador. I set my Conquistador. I banish my White Destiny, set a Hakero, activate Pot of Duality. The card's insanely good here. I think I'm going to grab Solemn Judgment. Yes. So Judgment in a simplified game state where he's really got like 3 cards that are unknown is really insane because typically only one of those cards is going to be a way for him to get back into the game. End phase, my Conqueror was in the graveyard, my Conquistador was in the graveyard, so I get to set Sanguine. I go ahead and use my Conquistador, chaining to his Black Awakening in the graveyard. Conquistador comes out, I pop his Eldlord, and he scoops because, yeah, it's going to be really hard for him to come back when I have a bunch of set cards. He knows one of them is Judgment, and he knows Hakero's in the graveyard, so I would have been able to Hakero him. And this is what happens when you're not playing Eldlich. Now I'm going to speed this up. This is my new longest game by far. So I showed you guys the last one that was 17 turns long. We got a fellow Volcano connoisseur here. You love to see that. You know it's going to be a banging game. Pretty sure he's got these Virtual World sleeves, dude. I don't really know. But he's gonna Desires, which was his undoing. He probably regrets that a lot. He's gonna take... This is another game where I went and I did something else. I think I like took the trash out, cleaned up my room a little bit during his turn. It didn't actually take that long. But as you can see, it's just a wild hand. So he goes ahead and So he ashes my Eldlich and chains Maxi to it. So he just negs 1 the Maxi. Love that. I go ahead and set 5. Pass. He's loving life, I'm sure. Can this go any faster? Okay, yeah, it needs to. I go ahead and activate There Can Only Be One. He can no longer special summon this card because of There Can Only Be One. He discards his Called By, which is a really strange choice when you see someone flip There Can Only Be One. I also flip Rivalry of the Warlords on him, so this is going to be... this lock goes on for 32 more turns. And this is it. This is the final game. This is video gaming right here at its finest. Activate my Eldland. Yeah, we're just gonna have a grand old time. I probably shouldn't have sent my Eldland. That was a bit foolish. So I go ahead and TTM. Extravagance. Draw 2. Eldlord. Just discard the Eldlord. Should have just discarded Conquistador, I think. Because Conquistador is actually really terrible when you have There Can Only Be One. Because you can't ever get the pop. And I do a really bad thing. I do a boo-boo here too. Because I only have 1 space to set my card. So I basically completely waste that Conquistador. Ends up not mattering. You're going to see kind of just how dumb this game can get. This guy's playing like a big brain 2000 IQ deck. That has like combos and like you banish stuff and resource management, and he's not good enough to play that deck. Play this deck. Like I'm sure there's something he could have done to win this game, but what it comes down to is that I can just activate There Can Only Be One and Rivalry, and this is what we're gonna do. We're just gonna draw our decks out. We're gonna draw our decks out. We're gonna draw and discard. He's going to cross out Ash. I thought about judgmenting that because I just wanted to get an extra space open on my board. But I was like, there's no reason for me to do that. He imperms my Eldlord, and I thought he was going to do something here. But he ends up doing nothing. I guess I would have been able to use Hakero and all that. I judgment his Duster, and it's game. It's game. Turn 34. Comes back to me. Hold on, Al. Turn 34 comes back to me. He goes in for 1 more attack on the 2800 Eldlord. I go ahead and style on him here. You can see I extravagance, I duality. Do I prosperity too? I don't know if I do. I can't. Oh, I can. I could have. Maybe. No. Because I drew. And that's it. He decks out. Desire's a good card, right, guys? Well, anyway, that's just a couple more platinum replays here. I'm gonna go ahead and just make all these public. If anybody wants to watch this stuff, they can feel free to. There's not a lot of a value here, I think, to most people, but that's just a little foray into what platinum looks like. This is down towards the bottom of platinum. I'm sure I'll kind of get higher and higher as the season progresses. Only have about 10 more days in the season. I hope I can hit the highest rank in season 1. I don't know if there'll be any kind of ranked rewards. I mean, the ranked rewards are really weak, I'm not gonna lie. They're not incentivizing to play the game. The only reason that you have to play the game is because the game is actually really good and fun. But I would love to see, like, kind of something like what Hearthstone does, or not Hearthstone. I mean, Hearthstone's a good example of it. They give you, like, a card back for reaching the higher elos. Same thing with, like, with League of Legends, they have good, decent ranked rewards. I mean, obviously League of Legends is completely different because there's just a lot more. If you're really good at the game, your life is like amazing. If you're really good at Yu-Gi-Oh, it's like, maybe you could be a pro Yu-Gi-Oh player. Probably not. Anyway, that's really all I have. I hope this was a little bit longer than the other two. It should be, but the last two like 4-minute videos weren't quite long enough, so hopefully I can give just a slightly bit more content here. Anyway, appreciate y'all watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you guys have questions. If you guys want to roast me for making a billion misplays, please do. Tell me how bad I am. Tell me how you would have played it better. Tell me how you, if you'd ever just play this game, you just never lose on the ladder, and you just never make a misplay. I really just want to hear that. So tell me in the comments, guys.